Gather round, dear viewers, and lend me your ears. I've got some quick rules before we shift gears. If you've got something crucial and need interaction, just start with a cue for a swift, snappy reaction. Now, if you're a newbie and want a grand greeting, type N at the start and we'll make it heartwarming and fleeting. So cue for questions. N if you're new. Now let's get this broadcast rolling. It's all up to you.
And just like that, it's Friday again. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines. This is our morning get-together live here on Facebook, where we take a look at news from our city, state, and country. We take a look at your comments, ideas, questions, suggestions, and opinions. And we combine all this information to connect with one another, to connect with our city, to connect with Mexico, to connect with all the good things we can put on our tables. I hope you have great plans for the weekend. I have no idea what possessed me to start my slow cooker early this morning. Well, I do know what possessed me. I figured if I started early, then the heat will dissipate early. But let me tell you, there's never really a good time this time of year to start your slow cooker. But pot roast is coming, and that makes me very happy. Today, I have interesting political news from the capital. You think there are problems with judges north of the country? Wait till you see what López Obrador has in store. We have that, and we also have an interesting bit from Ticketmaster Mexico. They try to make some reforms and they didn't go well, the changes. And then, of course, we have a couple of announcements. We have viewer email that I want to read out loud and help answer some questions. And of course, we went to the soft opening of El Rey Lounge here in Versalles last night and had a really, really wonderful time. So I'll have some show and tell to share with you, along with a video that was commissioned by them to promote their new venture. And all of this starts right now with this bit from Mexico City. President López Obrador is looking to introduce a series of judicial reforms that have our court system not very happy, but the reforms make sense, and he is fully supported by incoming President Claudia Sheinbaum. In a nutshell, if these reforms pass through the Senate, Supreme Court judges will no longer be appointed moving forward. Instead, they will be elected by popular vote. Are the judges happy? Of course they're not. The reforms also look to shorten the length of their appointment by 3 years, so they would be judges for 12 instead of 15 years. Now, you're probably wondering, why is Lopez Obrador promoting judicial reforms, and why now, most importantly? There is no simple answer, but a simple explanation for those of us that don't know much about politics is that if a judge is elected and not appointed, this decreases the chances that organized crime has to reach into the judicial system. You know, I don't know that I need to spell that out, but if you are in organized crime and you have ties with a specific judge or a specific governmental power that has the ability to appoint judges, then of course it's easy for organized crime to have judges that will rule in their favor when things get hot and dicey. When judges are elected, of course, this limits the reach that organized crime has. Or so I'm reading, or so I'm gathering. I will be keeping an eye on this one moving forward because it's raising a lot of eyebrows for good reason and maybe for not so good reason. Moving right along, Ticketmaster did some changes to their policies, and not everybody was happy. You see, what happens when you purchase tickets for a music festival and your favorite artist cancels at the last minute? You would expect a refund, right? Well, not so much. According to Ticketmaster, the company attempted to change their guidelines, affirming that no refunds would be offered in these situations. Fortunately for us, Mexico's Consumer Protection Bureau quickly stepped in and said, "Lo siento, I'm sorry, you cannot do that." And Ticketmaster had no choice but to comply. This happened only 2 days ago, and it took that long for this to be fixed. End of story. Tómala. And that is what we have in terms of important news. There's other things going on, but we will wait until after the weather break. Let's see what our snarky weatherman has up his sleeve. Oh, it's sunny, bloop, bleep, bloop, bloop. Okay, that is informative. It's 32 degrees out there. Humidity is at 75%. Our weather forecast says it's going to be a humid day with mostly clear skies, but a few clouds may be wandering around. A high of 33, a low of 27, and a chance of rain of 38%. Then tomorrow we can expect rain in the morning with overcast skies in the afternoon, a high of 33, a low of 27, and a chance of rain of 37%. Last but not least, the chance of rain increases on Sunday to 46%. We can expect a few rain showers and a high temperature of 32 and a low temperature of 27. So this might be the weekend in which we get our first rain. I forget what date Logan had put in his bet as the definitive date in which it would start raining. Hopefully, Logan will win his bet. And in other news, in case this is important to you, there is now an official, a Facebook event for the visit of the much anticipated Amerigo Vespucci tall ship that is visiting our town. According to the Facebook event, it is listed from June 18 to 23rd. So I would imagine that this means that these are the days in which you'll be able to visit. I will share the news item with you in the show notes so that you can check out more details about the event. And now I would like to tackle a couple of questions that I received from viewers. And I'm going to start with this one. Comes from Sean. Let me put it up on the screen. And Sean writes, "I will be back in Puerto Vallarta June 18 to 27, and it looks like there's going to be quite a few days of rain. What do you recommend to do on rainy days in Puerto Vallarta? I am a high school teacher from Los Angeles who will be traveling by himself and staying at the Blue Chairs at this time. Okay, well, that is an easy one. First of all, thank you for reaching out. For starters, I would have to say that it does not rain all day long. Usually, when it rains hard during a couple of hours, and then the rain goes away, and you can go about business as usual. Now, answering a question as open as what do you do when it rains, it has so much to do with your expectations. If you're staying at the Blue Chairs, of course you're going to love the beach when it's sunny and whatnot. I love the rain in Puerto Vallarta because it's not cold rain, it's refreshing rain. So if I was staying at the Blue Chairs, I would just be sauntering on the beach getting wet by the rain, because that is a lot of fun, at least to me. Okay, so let's think. Maybe you don't enjoy doing that. I would say there are a lot of cafes and art galleries and places where you can sit around, read a book, people watch. It really boils down to what you enjoy doing on your vacation, Sean. What I can tell you is that you may want to hang around the city with your purse or your merce or your backpack, whatever. Throw in a bunch of plastic bags so that if you have electronic devices and whatnot, you can protect them. Throw in an umbrella and maybe throw in some cheap sandals. So if you're wearing fancy sandals or shoes and all of a sudden you get caught in the rain, you don't want to damage your shoes, then you can switch around to your flip-flops and know that you're going to be okay. And that's what I can think of for rainy situations. But again, it doesn't rain all day long, so you should be fine. And then I have another one. Boom, 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 boom. This one comes from John in Calgary, who will be retiring here soon. John says, I am coming down for a week. I remember hearing in the news that Unibus PV would no longer be accepting bills for payment, 20 peso bill for two people, after May 31st. I was wondering if this was still the case. Also, I have been trying to find out where to get the Movilidad bus payment cards that you can pre-charge. Okay, I hear two questions here. The first one is easy. First of all, the buses still accept bills. Now, of course, we know that the fare is 10 pesos per person. What do we do when we don't have any change? A lot of what we do is if I have a 20 and I'm waiting for the bus, I will ask someone that is also waiting, do you have a 10 peso coin? And I will take the 10 peso coin and pay for that other person's ticket as well. So you can pay for two people with your bill. End of story. The bill will be accepted without a problem. Let's say that you are shy or your Spanish is questionable or there's nobody standing at the bus stop. I would still board with the 20. You show it to the driver and you look confused. That's important, to look confused. And you stay close to the driver so that when people come in on the next stop, you look for someone that is going to pay with coins, and you take the money from them and you give the bill to the driver, and that also works. It's unorthodox, but we do it that way all the time. So of course the other option is to just make sure that you have a stash of 10 peso coins or 5 peso coins so that when you have to hop on the bus, you can do that. Now, the second question that John asks is a very good one. He's been trying to find the Movilidad prepaid bus cards. I honestly don't know where those can be obtained anymore. I think it's the same card as is being used in the city of Guadalajara. I think the Jalisco government would like to unify one card for all the municipalities, but I don't think this is happening as yet. I'm sorry, I don't have a better answer for the prepaid cards. But if anybody is using a prepaid card in Puerto Vallarta and wishes to contribute to my answer, please go right ahead. And of course, I forgot to update my graphic. This one still says episode 13, but for episode 14, which is coming up this coming Wednesday, I will have the links in the show notes for you to watch. And also, if you would like to step onto the spotlight and talk about your service or product or event, you will be able to register for that as well. And this brings me to this, the grand opening of El Rey Lounge de Versalles, which will happen tomorrow, starting at 6 p.m. I was fortunate enough to be invited to a soft opening, which they've been having since Wednesday, I believe. And I want to tell you about how it went. But first, let us have a little bit of history. There was a time when in Versalles there were there was not much as far as comfortable high-end restaurants to choose from, and then all of a sudden Memo Wolf, a pioneering chef here in town and Puerto Vallarta royalty as far as I'm concerned, he opened Barrio Bistro in the heart of a residential neighborhood. We all thought, oh my goodness, this is crazy. And he opened during the summer to make things more interesting. Well, 10 years later or 12 years later, Versalles has become a magnet for all kinds of eateries and all kinds of lounges where one can enjoy oneself. Of course, the lounge part didn't happen as quickly. We were all thinking, well, we now have a variety of restaurants, but now we need comfy places to sit down and just have a casual conversation, maybe have a light bite and have a nice cocktail. And it's nice to see that lounges are coming to Versalles. And El Rey Lounge is one perfect example of this. It is located right on Viena Street. I think it's on number 200 Viena. It is located right next to Omun, a nice restaurant. And it is located half a block west of Calle Francia, so it's not difficult to find. It is a long space, long and narrow, but very comfortable. As you enter, there are different areas where you can enjoy the company of your friends in groups of 4, in groups of 5. There is this very comfortable lounge area right at the entrance. You see some stairs going up there. Upstairs area is just offices and the kitchen. And then moving towards the back, there's this gorgeous sit-down bar. And if you have been following Lorenzo and Rihanna from The Office, they are the owners. Lorenzo went to Guadalajara to buy all kinds of furnishings for his new space, and he found all kinds of kitschy but fun things in Tonalá, and he brought them back. So it is so nice to see how the appointment turned out. Once again, you can sit at the bar. You can have an intimate high chair or high stool next to the bar. And of course, there are signature cocktails, which were absolutely delicious. And then, of course, there is also food. You see, Rihanna, who we know as an amazing bartender from The Office, also has expertise in the culinary arts. So I found her upstairs busy in the kitchen making all kinds of tapas for us to enjoy. And these came down, and there were some hot tapas, some cold tapas you can choose from to enjoy your dining experience. Would I recommend this place? Absolutely, because you can stay and have and tapa yourself, or you can go in and just have a light nosh and one cocktail. You can stick with the signature cocktail options, or if you're in a little bit of a budget, there's also house wine and house cocktails that you can enjoy. And of course, this is fantastic. And because the owners kindly put me to work, asking for me to put together um, a little walk around of the business. I put one together, and I would like to premiere it here with you. Take a look at El Rey Lounge in Versalles. And there you have it. It was fun to be there. It was fun to be there with friends. And oh, one more thing. You can actually arrange for a private event with them, which sounds like a great option to consider. And now let's take a quick look at your comments to see what you are thinking about this morning. I love your good mornings and your good afternoons. Luli luli lu. Let's see. Do 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 do. Sherry says, "Love that, Dora. I want to be mindful with Dora because I don't want to wear her out, and I don't want to wear you out." Let's see. Liz says, "Thank God it's Friday. Survived the storms." I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. Pamela, the more I get to know you, the more I adore you. Likewise, everybody feel adored by Pamela, who is absolutely adorable. Let's see. Da 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 da. Oh, and I missed that. Thank you, Pamela. Thank you, Pamela, for promoting what we're doing. I didn't catch that. I was so busy editing. You know, I usually don't like to edit my walkarounds like shortly thereafter, but the owners, Lawrence and, Lawrence was like, we need the video so that we can promote our opening. And I said to him, I'll be glad to get up early today. And that's exactly what I did. Let's see. Oh, honey. I know, Logan. Term limits and placing judges based on popular vote. What a novel idea. Don't even get me started on the United States Supreme Court this Saturday. I'm not even going to go there. I mean, I've been following it because it makes for a good telenovela, but I'm not going to following it. Question. Yes to lights. Keep those amazing murals. Artwork is outstanding. Oh, this is about yesterday. Yeah, I hear you, Laura. I hear you. We only need to wait and see how the city is going to approach that situation. Oh, yeah. Let's see. We heard the office is known as a great place for happy hour. The local vendors told us last time we were there. I love the office. I loved Rihanna the day I met her. I think she's super gorgeous, her personality. And I remember thinking when I visited the office for the first time, you know, this woman is standing behind this bar for the whole day, listening to people's stories And you have to love your job to stand for a full shift behind a bar fixing drinks for people. I mean, I think it takes a very specific quality, and she does it great. And now she has more of a staff to handle the office, and now she's more in the kitchen at El Rey Lounge because she is expanding her culinary palette. Huh. Laura says, do you think Puerto Vallarta is ready for rainy season and well prepared? No and no. Is Puerto Vallarta ever prepared for rainy season? I hope you're not disappointed, Laura, but no, the city is never fully prepared for rain season. Neither are we, and that's just the nature of the beast. Did you try a chocolate bar from the chocolate place? Not yet. It's only been a couple of days. And then there's some comments about the bus situation. Mihal says, we use 20 peso note all the time here for 2 people. And that makes perfect sense when you're hopping on the bus with somebody else. I think it's a little trickier when you are by yourself. I've been there. And so I do try to keep a stash of 10 peso coins and 5 peso coins in my coin purse so that I don't run into that situation. Let's see. Comments about El Rey, very classy, beautiful, and cozy looking lounge. It is all of that. Very comfortable. You can sit there for hours and hang out. Do I know the hours of El Rey? Asks Linda. I actually do not, but I will be sharing their Facebook page in the show notes so that we can find out that information. All looks delish in a bar stool with a back. Yay. Yes. Oh, and I didn't show photographs. There is not only an outdoor area in the front, which is right on Viena Street, and there's also a whole sit-down area outside in the back. So maybe not this time of year or maybe late at night, but it is very spacious when it comes down to it. Dan comments, hi Dan, sounds like a great place to be able to sit with friends and be able to hear each other as you talk. Sometimes that is difficult to come by. Well, I'm very sensitive to very loud restaurants and very loud bars, and I'm happy to report that I didn't even feel the music. I mean, I heard the music, but it never got in the way of our conversation. Let's see what else we have. Linda says swanky lounge. It was. Logan says dos albondigas are calling my name and they were yummy. Relaxing atmosphere, says Karen. I forgot to mention it's air conditioned. Let's see what else. Dun. Carmen, our dear friend, is here. We were so happy to see Yolanda, your bartender, working yesterday. And I asked her, so what's going to happen when you have a private dinner at Oculto? And Yolanda told me that Oculto is her priority, and that has been arranged with the owner. So it's nice to see people working together for good reason. Thank you for that, Betsy. I don't like turning things around so quickly because I always feel that I'm not doing it properly. I hope they're happy. I am happy. Let's see. Oh, Jim, you're gonna love the new space. If you love the office, just think that El Rey is a bigger office with food options that are prepared in-house and different sitting options. I mean, in the office, you either sit by the bar or you sit in that tiny corner, and that's basically it. But here there are many different seating options. Had to laugh about the comment, Vallarta is never prepared for rain, similar to Vancouver is never prepared for snow. Well, I mean, that's the bottom line. Are we ever prepared for it? Never. Are we ever fully prepared for a hurricane? Nope. But they are around the corner. They're coming. They're our friend. And what are we going to do about it? And with that said, this is the end of today's broadcast. I want to thank you very much. I want to thank El Rey Lounge. I want to thank Lorenzo and Rihanna for trusting me to commission a walk around. As you know, businesses can commission a short video like I produced, and that is a great way to promote your business, and it's a great way to also support Coffee and Headlines. And now it's time to get on with the day and look at things to share with you for tomorrow. Between now and then, I hope you will have an amazing day. And if you are in the neighborhood and you want to stop by the official opening of El Rey, that happens tomorrow evening. And that's all I have for today. Go and seize your day. Ciao.